Today we're bringing back the audio jack, but probably not in the way that you're thinking. This computer's power button does not work. No matter how many times I press it, it will not turn on. Because the true power button in this PC, well, is this right here. An audio jack power button. Is there any way that works? Well, let's find out. How does the device know when something new is plugged in? How does it know to move like the audio from your speakers to your headphone when you plug your headphones in? And it turns out there's a couple different ways that it might implement that. The first way is that there might already be like a latch that's closed inside of here, such that when you insert the headphone, you actually open up that latch. And when that's closed, you can say, route power to the internal speakers, and when it's open, route power to this thing. Alternatively, there could be a latch that's normally open, and then when you insert your headphone, well, this closes that latch in contact, because this is all made of metal, so it can short things out. Either way, it gave me an idea of something that I think is potentially really cool, and that is over here. We have our test bench computer with our little aluminum heatsink, which is cool. I'm gonna make sure that's powered on with our power supply. And actually, I'm gonna replace the aluminum block with a cooler so we can see it spin to life if this does actually work. Essentially, what I've done here is try to hijack the mechanic of this little thing right here that recognizes when something is plugged in. And we're gonna attempt to use that signal to turn on our computer. Because after all, it's just electricity. And if it shorts out, well, we need to short out power pins to turn on a computer. Let's see if it works. Now, as you can see, there are 4 pins down here, and the correct 2 to use, well, I don't know, I've just been kind of like guessing and trying. But what I figured out is that if you use pins 0 and 4, wire those together, and then plug the other end of those cables into the power pins of your computer, well, check this out. This is so cool. Now, if we just take our headphone jack from our headphones and plug it into this female port, the computer spins to life. We're successfully able to use the mechanism of this to recognize when something's plugged in to turn on our computer, which got me thinking, how easy would it be to modify a PC case to do the exact same thing? Because typically PC cases come with a little headphone female jack inside one of the front panel connectors. So how do we modify this? And well, here's our PC that we built entirely from Reddit. And if we flip it around, you can see I have kind of already started to disassemble this little connector piece here. So here's the power button, here's the reset button, here's our audio jack. That's what we want to focus on. Let's undo this nice cable management. Yeah. Okay, so with this piece, you can see this is a little bit different of a female audio jack. We don't have the exact same pins as the one that we were just tinkering with. Instead, if we look on the underside of this, we have 1 pin, 2 pins, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now the question is, which of these, if any, correlate to the 0 and 4, like in our test example? And to figure that out, we're gonna do some more tinkering. This is probably the perfect use case to use a multimeter, but instead, we're just gonna test every single option, basically. And to do that, I'm going to remove the cables from our little test here, and then basically on the exposed solder pins, we're just going to touch one cable to one and the second cable to another. Okay, so that one powered on the PC, but without anything plugged in. So that's not what we want. That just means those are connected already in some way. So now we're gonna try the farthest left most exposed pin and then one of the right pins. So with those covered up, the computer did not immediately spin to life, which is actually a good sign. But now let's see what happens if we plug a headphone into here. Oh my gosh, it actually worked. The computer turned on as soon as we plugged in a headphone. Okay, so now it's the leftmost and the rightmost pins that end up handling this mechanic of recognizing when something's plugged in. Okay, wait, this is so possible. This is so cool. But now I want to transfer all of this from our test bench into this actual computer. So I'm going to take this cable that we had put over top of those power pins, and we want to permanently attach the other 2 ends of this wire to the pins that we just identified as being the ones we need to turn on our computer when something's plugged in. So let's take this over to the soldering table. Unfortunately, without unplugging everything, I actually had to bring this entire computer, which is a little bit inconvenient, but we'll make it work. One of the most helpful things when it comes to soldering is just having something sturdy to grab onto the wires that you're soldering. So something like this is really nice. Safety first, we're gonna turn on our filter to suck up all the solder. And now let's see if we can do this without messing up too much. I'm by no means an expert at soldering, so if you're cringing watching this, if you're an expert, sorry. I believe that's what we wanted to do, so let's see if it works inside of our computer. I really love it when an idea like this kind of seems like it might come together relatively easily, but let's not jinx it. Okay, so to test this before we install it, first let's just plug in our power headers into the motherboard, which of course is impossible to access. Unplug the existing power button. Hopefully I made this cable long enough. I didn't really think about that too much. You know what, this is gonna be way easier if we just uninstall this GPU real quick. I'm curious if any of you have actually gone and built PCs from Reddit using r/hardware swap or anything like that. Because I had a pretty solid experience building this one entirely from Reddit. Okay, perfect. That'll give us some more clearance. Now, quickly reinstall the GPU. I would build a PC on Reddit again. The main thing is you just kind of have to be like watching like a hawk because the good deals get gobbled up so quickly. When I was making that video, I got like addicted to just checking Reddit like every 5 minutes. There's something about the dopamine of like getting a really good deal, kind of like a high. Okay. Now we just make sure that the power supply in our computer is actively getting juice from our wall. All right, okay. So now before we reinstall this, let's see if it actually has any hopes of working. So now if we plug in our headphone into the front panel, the PC spins to life. No way, that's so cool, man. I can't believe this works as seamlessly as it does. Now, there's one huge caveat that you might have noticed at this point, but let's talk about that after we install this little panel here back into the case. We do need to have a pretty sturdy installation here because, there's actually quite a bit of friction in the headphone jack itself, so we wanna make sure we have enough resistance to pull it out. We go ahead and turn off the PC too, so we don't do anything too silly. Oh, like last night I did destroy a computer, I'm pretty sure I fried a computer because I was trying to turn on a computer with a quarter just by like shorting out the pins, and I accidentally touched the wrong pins. But we'll have to troubleshoot that one later. Oh, I don't know where that came from, but that looks like the right screw. You know what they say though, you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet. My eggs just happen to be full computers, which sometimes is a little sketchy. Fantastic. That looks like, pretty normal input-output right there. Now we can go ahead and add back the side panel, which in this case has all of this like anti-sound material inside of it. Not something you see in every PC case. Ignore the big bulge there. That's just from my lack of cable management. Okay, let's see if this works. So now with our computer completely reassembled, well, if we press the power button, nothing happens. Nothing happens at all, which is exactly what we want because the real power button is in our dated headphone jack, which if we plug this into our computer, it spins to life. What? I love that so much. What's really cool about this is that headphone jacks are becoming less and less common. So the only way to turn on this computer is if you have this kind of dated piece of technology. So if you had like a younger sibling messing with your computer, they wouldn't be able to turn it on unless they had this specific jack. Oh my gosh. Now at this point, you may or may not have noticed the giant caveat with this experiment, which is that every time I've plugged in this headphone jack to turn on our computer, I've had to almost immediately unplug it once the PC spins to life. And that's thanks to your computer's fallback mechanism, which simply put is the mechanism that when you press and hold your existing power button for like 5 to 8 seconds, whatever the number may be, your computer shuts off. The exact same thing happens when we plug our headphone into the jack and just leave it there. So the question is that something that we can solve for? Because as it stands right now, one way around it, the easiest way around it is to plug it in and then immediately unplug it. And if you do that, your computer will spin to life and will stay spinning. But I kind of feel like that's, oh man, like if you could leave it plugged in, that would be really cool. But also would require quite a bit more, tinkering. I'm sure we could do something like introduce a capacitor, or how could we use transistors for this? Surely there's some component that we could add in between the headphone jack and our plug and the computer in order to make it so that it isn't just, press and hold on. But for that, I might have to do a little bit of research. What I do like about our current implementation is that we added basically nothing besides 2 wires into our computer, which definitely does keep it nice and simple and something you can do with every single computer that, exists. Assuming, of course, they still have headphone jacks. When are those gonna go away in computers? I feel like there hasn't consistently been a headphone jack in phones in like many years now. Like this is the Haven BF360, which literally just came out like within the past few months. And as you can see here, yeah, there's still a headphone jack right there. So I feel like they're not leaving PCs anytime soon, right? Unless they are, I don't know. But now since we've kind of disposed of our existing power button, what should we have that do instead? Because having access to a full-on button is pretty cool. So the question is, what's a ridiculous thing we could have it do instead of turn on a PC? I always do like the idea of using a computer's power button to turn on like a separate computer. So if you have like a multi-computer setup, have the power buttons turn on each other's computers, not your own. Like imagine you press this power button and then that computer turned on. That would be hilarious. But if you have a better idea, let me know in the comments down below. This video was a little less formal than my normal ones in the sense that I was just kind of taking you along with me through the tech tinkering journey. So if it seemed a little off the cuff, well, it definitely was. If you want to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comments down below. If you hated it, let me know in the comments down below. But that's all I have for you today. So thanks for watching. I've been mryeester, your tech tinker, and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh yeah.